Hello, this is the Tiger Wolf 55.
And this is the Ninja Psychic Wendaloo.
And this is another episode in our Bat-palooza series for Cinema Semantics.
Why are we talking like this?
I don't know why you're talking like that, but I just wanted to do something different.
I copy you. I've always copied you. My whole life. Well, obviously I look better, but...
Whatever. Well, it's time for our next review of our next Batman movie. Which one is that, Ninja?
Batman Forever. No. Yes? No. Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Wow! You got it right.
That was a good one. That's why.
That's good. Who played in it?
I don't know. It's a cartoon movie.
Oh.
Never really paid attention to the titles in cartoons.
And once again, you fail.
Hey, at least I got it right.
You got the title right. You couldn't even get one name right this time.
Well, I was going to say Kevin Costner, but that doesn't sound right.
No, that's the guy from Dances with Wolves.
Oh, Kevin Conroy plays Batman, right? The voice of Batman.
Yes.
Yee, I got one. Okay, now I take a seat back. I don't know nothing else.
Well, yes. Batman Bruce Wayne is played by Kevin Conroy. Andrea Beaumont was played by Dana Delaney. And the Joker was portrayed by Mark Hamill.
Oh, was this his debut as the Joker?
Heck no.
Well, again, what do I know?
Okay, do you at least remember what year this was released?
I thought it was released in 92. 95?
93.
Well, at least I was close. I'm getting better. Ish.
Alright, well, we're not wasting any time this time, so I'm just going to go ahead with the review.
Fine.
The story is as follows. Batman is continuing his nightly crusade against crime in Gotham City, and we witness him take down a mob exchange of counterfeit bills. As he does his thing, one of the mob bosses is attacked by a shadowy figure who is surrounded by smoke and refers to itself only as an angel of death. The creature chases this mob boss until he drives his car out of the parking lot garage, 30 stories up. The man crashes into the next building over, and all witnesses are able to see is that Batman is standing over the ledge where the car drove from. So Batman is framed for the murder of this mob boss. Gotham's law officials now believe that Batman has finally snapped, and it is time to take down this vigilante once and for all. Commissioner Gordon has to step back and do nothing, because if he attempts to intervene on Batman's behalf, it would be political suicide. Meanwhile, on Bruce's personal front, he's being confronted with the fact that thus far he has not had a serious relationship with a woman since an old flame of his named Andrea Beaumont, who is brought up by the new district attorney, who is attempting to fish for information because apparently Andrea has returned to Gotham City, having moved away several years ago for reasons that are revealed throughout the course of the movie, and he himself is beginning to date Andrea, so he wants to make sure that Bruce isn't going to be horning in on his game.
Men are so jealous. And they accuse women. Why is it that men always accuse women of being the jealous ones when really the men can be said of the most jealous? What?
Oh no, I'm just having a fun time watching you go off on this tangent that has absolutely nothing to do with the movie.
Hey, I didn't do it at the beginning. I gotta do it sometime. It's my thing.
Well, anyway, despite this district attorney's best intentions, Bruce does find out that Andrea has returned to Gotham City, and we witness memories regarding their relationship together, and we find out just how important this woman was to his life. In fact, we discover that the loss of her is actually the reason why he became Batman, in a very sad, tragic story. Meanwhile, on the Batfront, we discover that this Angel of Death has continued its way through Gotham's mob ranks, and one of the oldest members of the mob bosses has realized the pattern and is beginning to fear for his own life. So he goes to the one person that he believes will be able to save him from whom he presumes to be Batman out for blood. Cue the entrance of the Joker.
If I could do the laugh, I would. So just insert Mark Hamill's famous Joker laugh here.
No.
I'm not telling you, I'm telling everybody else. I'm portraying it through my mind.
Don't start with that psychic nonsense again. The Joker is able to quickly figure out who it is that this Angel of Death really is behind the mask, and hatches a plan to take this Phantasm out. Batman has to work hard to clear his name, survive not only his conflicts with this Angel of Death and the Joker, but Gotham's police force as well, all the while dealing with his own personal conflicts with Andrea Beaumont as Bruce Wayne. This is actually a very good movie.
I loved this. I actually cried. I mean, to a cartoon about Batman. I cried.
Well, one, this was based off of the Batman animated series, which is one of the best cartoons of all time, period.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, in my opinion, it is the best.
Yeah, probably. It's barely number 2. It's like just barely lower than number 1 for me.
I don't want to know what number 1 is for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually think that this movie did a better job with their Batman story in a shorter time frame than either one of the live-action movies had before it. Batman 66 does not count.
No.
The story that Bruce Wayne had was very moving, very personal, and very riveting.
And we actually got to see Bruce, who he, quote, really is. Not the wall that he's always putting up. We actually got to see past that, especially for those who really didn't read comic books, like me. It gave people like me a chance to see why Bruce is really the way he is. It was a great, great window without being overly sappy.
Yep. This movie takes into account, yes, Bruce's parents' murder. That was the big trigger that led to his life as Bruce Wayne. But it also explored several other avenues of the fact that this man did not initially really want to just live the life of a vigilante forever. In fact, at one point in the movie, he practically begs his parents to let him loose from his vow. Because, as he puts it, he did not count on being happy.
Yep, he thought that for the rest of his life he would be alone. So, heck, he could put his life on the line every single day. You know what? If something happened, in a way, who cared?
But this movie introduced a new dynamic that makes the path that he took just that much more tragic. In fact, nobody in this movie comes away without some sort of scar. Everybody is touched in some shape, way, or form. The Phantasm, never named in the movie. The Phantasm is just the title of the movie. The only reference to a name is Angel of Death, as I've already mentioned. The backstory for the Phantasm is very sad, and really, the whole thing reeks of genius.
Mm-hmm. Even Alfred, we even got to see Alfred kind of like why he kind of like is like mother hen for Bruce. In a way, we get to see another level as to why he holds Bruce very responsible, answer for your actions kind of thing. But also, you know what? You need to take a break. Take a step back. That very loving thing that he has for Bruce. That caring, like he's my son kind of thing. It was very good. Yeah.
The animation is also very good for this movie. Part of the reason why Batman the Animated Series was so popular was it sported some of the best animation of the 90s. And this movie is no exception. In fact, the very first scene, you can tell that it's a step above even what the TV show offered most of the time.
Bigger budget.
Mm-hmm. But the really surprising thing is that this movie was not set to be released in theaters. It was originally just supposed to be a TV special designed to finish off the animated series in a very big way. But Warner Brothers saw the script and liked it so much that they decided that it could actually work as a theatrical movie. It probably could have also worked, except for the fact that there was practically no advertising for this thing. It failed to even break even in the theaters, but it did manage to make a profit in home releases, which unfortunately meant the death of any chance of future animated Batman films making it into theaters.
But no, it's definite theatrical quality. I love this movie. I really do.
Yep. If the Nolan series hadn't been produced, I would say that this is probably the best Batman movie. It's better than Batman 89, better than Batman Returns. I love Kevin Conroy as Batman, and Mark Hamill is the definitive Joker voice for me.
Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, they are the perfect Batman pair. Mark Hamill, a genius. I mean, absolute genius with the Joker's voice. It's like, where in the world did you come up with this voice and this laugh? And it works so great. I love it. And then Kevin Conroy's voice. I also like the subtle change that he does, which you actually pointed out to me, Wolf. The subtle change that he does between Bruce and Batman.
Yeah. I'd say that the only detraction that this movie could possibly have is that one story thread isn't quite finished by the end of the movie, although it doesn't take much to figure out how that could get resolved. And the second thing is that it can be a little melodramatic at times. It takes its cues from some of the 1940s noir movies, like Casablanca or The Maltese Falcon, so it can get a little talky at times. But hey, those are only two minor nitpicks for a fantastic movie. If you are a Batman fan or an animation fan, go for it. It's just a great watch.
It is, definitely. And I didn't kill this review!
That's because you barely talked. But you don't get away with that next week.
Yeah, I kind of do.
No, you don't. Next week, you do the review again.
And by the way, I hate you again. For Cinema Semantics and our awesome Bat-palooza, this is the Ninja Psychic Gwendolyn.
And this is the Tiger Wolf 55. I'm Batman.
Yeah, okay. Sure.